Are you he thought he might have had some injury then. He didn't know what his role really was on the team. I mean, Jimmy's standing on the sidelines with his broken foot. Like, when you think about where he's come from 3 years ago, like, what's your takeaway from it?
I mean, I've been impressed from Brock since day one, since he stepped in that Miami game and led us to a victory, and all those. We won like 10 straight games or something like that season to get us to that NFC Championship, and I think it was kind of clear from there where we were headed in that direction, that we were going to lean on Brock going forward, and I've just been incredibly impressed by the guy from the beginning, and I just feel like he's just so consistent and continues to get a little bit better each year.
I think you answered this, but just wondering, in terms of the offense trying to bounce back from last game,
yeah.
What's the confidence level like, and what do you guys have to do to bounce back?
I think confidence level is sky high. We've been executing at a high level this whole season, and just because we had one down game, I don't think that takes away from anyone's confidence. We're still the same team, still the same guys. We ran into a good defense, and we had a couple things not go our way, and we didn't score as much as we usually do. But I do feel like as long as we just go execute, we had a great day of practice yesterday, and I think that really helps for your confidence going forward, that we've had good full speed practices that we're able to execute this game plan.
And the challenge for a visiting team going into Philadelphia and playing a playoff game, what are those challenges for you guys?
It's always going to be the cadence. That's something you always have to deal with when you're on the road in a hostile environment. It's just that noise and switching from a normal cadence to a silent cadence. So that's something we're practicing already, and Brock does a tremendous job of handling snap points and all that, even with the silent cadence. So I think we'll be ready for that.
Do you almost relish going to a hostile environment?
Oh, for sure. It's more difficult, but then the payoff is better. It really does. There's nothing like that feeling of going into a hostile territory and getting a win. So. It's a little bit more difficult, but it'll be worth it in the end.
When you think of the younger guys, kind of to follow up on that answer, they've not been able to go and play in this, but then to be able to understand, talking to you guys, what it's like to be out there, do you think that kind of makes them that much more motivated to go out there and have, especially on the defensive side of the ball, have a bigger game?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I remember when I was a young player and I'm being coached up by vets, all right, this is what it's like, this is what you need to expect, you take that and you're like, okay, I want to be able to do that for the next guy, and I want to have my own experience to be able to talk on it, and I want to have a good experience to talk about on it. So I think, maybe that can be a motivator for the younger guys that, they can go into a hostile environment, have their own success, and then talk about it later.
Have any of the young guys asked you about it? I mean, what have you said?
You know what? I spoke a little bit about it to the team yesterday after practice, about just not taking for granted the opportunity that we do have. So many teams would kill to be in our position right now, to win 12 games, to be in the playoffs. Every one of those teams that are sitting at home would kill to be in this position. But you have to understand, I remember my second year in the league. We made it to the second round of the playoffs. We lost. And it was a long season. It was my first year starting. And there was a little part of me that wasn't even too sad, because I was like, man, I'm exhausted. We'll be back next year. We're a dominant team. Obviously, we'll be back in the playoffs. And then I went 5 years of not making the playoffs until we did in 19. So you just truly never know what's going to happen. You don't know what team you're going to be on. You don't know what the guys around you are going to happen, injuries, that type of stuff. So I think it's really important for us to grasp right now and understand that there's an opportunity right now, and not try to save anything or fall back on, hey, we'll just be back here next year.